Why you retiring, Tank? Why you retiring?
What trash?
What changed? What made you?
This shit is trash, garbage.
Gervonta Tank Davis just shocked the boxing world with a bombshell announcement. He's retiring after dominating the lightweight division. The rivalry between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. reached new heights Thursday during a fiery press conference in Washington, D.C., as the two fighters exchanged heated words ahead of their highly anticipated March 1st showdown at Barclays Center. Tank Davis stokes the rivalry between Baltimore and D.C., acknowledging Roach as a tough, respected fighter. He promises a thrilling showdown on March 1st, asserting that Roach will face a more dangerous version of him in the ring, setting the stage for an exciting, high-stakes fight.
That's involved. I don't want to leave nobody out. You know, everybody, even the police, like everybody. You know, just But again, you know, I'm from the city. You know what I mean? I'm from the city. I'm from Baltimore. He from D.C. So it's the Lord. You know. And when I was in, I don't want to get on that. But when I was in, like, incarcerated, never mind. But it is what it is. But D.C. versus Baltimore come March the 1st.
The atmosphere became more personal when Davis turned his attention to Roach's family, gently suggesting that Roach Sr. might want to leave them out of the situation, as they wouldn't be able to stop him. He also pointed out Roach Sr.'s nervousness, commenting on his shaking hands on stage. The remark prompted laughter from Davis's camp, further fueling the rivalry.
My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them.
They gonna celebrate with me.
Don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party at your
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's his name. He was shaking on the
Pop.
on my kids, he was shaking on.
In response to Gervonta Davis's mocking comment about him shaking during the press conference, Lamont Roach Sr. dismissed the idea of nervousness. He explained that his demeanor was due to the excitement and anticipation for the fight. Confident in their preparation, he emphasized that they had been in the game for a long time, were more than ready, and would continue to train hard for March 1st.
How did he say I was shaking?
Well, I don't know. He said someone was
I
shaking.
thought he was saying, okay.
Okay,
Nah,
I mean...
wasn't shaking, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't nervous, man. Pressure bust piping. There's no nervousy over here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we've been doing this too long, man. I'm saying we excited. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you know what I'm saying? We've been waiting for this. We more than ready, and we can continue to train hard and be ready for March 1st.
Lamont Roach Jr., stepping up in weight for the bout, maintained his composure and avoided engaging in personal remarks. Instead, he focused on highlighting his preparation and the improvements he's made since their amateur days. He calmly noted that Davis's team was familiar with his abilities and expressed confidence that come March 1st, he would be ready to perform at his best.
Shit, I mean, everybody won the first round knockout, but shit, I'm trying to knock anybody out. I don't care if it was him, if it was anybody else. I'm trying to knock everybody out in any round.
Roach Sr. emphasized his respect for Davis's accomplishments, acknowledging the achievements of both Davis and his son, Lamont Roach Jr. He maintained that his mission in boxing has always been to guide and inspire young athletes, celebrating their successes while focusing on his son's upcoming challenge.
I think these kids grow up, man. I'm a fan, you know what I'm saying? If I can't, I'll be hypocritical if I'm talking about youth when I give it my whole reason, this mission to save lives through the sport of boxing and kids succeed, man, you know what I'm saying? So I'm proud, Mom. I'm proud of his accomplishments as well, as well as my son. You know, so more so my son because he's my son. But I'm happy for them guys over there.
Gervonta Davis acknowledged the challenges of a long career in boxing, mentioning that the body eventually begins to wear down, and burnout is a real feeling. However, he singled out his upcoming bout with Lamont Roach as the fight that could reignite his passion. Davis expressed confidence that this matchup would spark the fire within him once again.
You know how when they told. You see how, like, I pulled the fort Lomachenko, right? And, like how he said, like, he retired and things like that. I feel as though, like, we've been in it so long that we are getting tired of it, like, we've been beating our body up so long. But it'd be like situations like this now, like where he talking, that spark the plug again.
Yeah, that's what
Lamont Roach responded to Gervonta Davis's comments by stating that he didn't want to fight Tank Davis if Davis wasn't fully motivated or at his best. Roach emphasized that he wanted to face the best version of Davis, as this would allow him to prove himself and make a significant name for himself in the sport. He made it clear that Davis shouldn't exit the ring without putting up a fight, underscoring his desire for a competitive and challenging match.
Always go like this. Always go like this.
No, what I'm saying, you just said you feel like you're going out.
They go to sleep.
I don't want you to feel like you're going out.
And
I don't want that to be an excuse. You know, our team name, no excuse. I don't want it to be like, oh, that was my last fight and shit like that. I don't want that. That's gonna stain my legacy. Yeah.
Lamont, is this what you want? Is this the Tank you wanna face?
Of course, I wanna face the best Tank, dude.
Lamont Roach pointed out that Gervonta Davis had faced opponents who, in his view, struggled to withstand powerful punches. In response, Davis maintained a relaxed demeanor, suggesting that he would test Roach's resilience in their upcoming fight. Roach acknowledged the challenge, emphasizing that the true purpose of their bout was to demonstrate who could endure the toughest moments in the ring and emerge victorious.
Roach said earlier today that, you know, he feels like the guys that you've knocked out recently don't have a chin. What's your response to that?
We gotta test his chin out. Come watch the first.
We ain't on that. Motherfuckers don't hit me.
What's your reaction to that, Lamont? You said, you know, you feel like guys...
That's what we gonna be in there for.
Gervonta Davis delivered another pointed remark, suggesting that Lamont Roach should keep his kids away from the fight, implying it would be a brutal contest. In contrast, Roach expressed confidence, stating that his son would be right by his side at ringside, undeterred by Davis's predictions.
Anything he gonna try to test, I'm gonna try to test.
You see my post, right?
You said, which one?
Well, I told you to leave the kids home.
My son gonna be front and center. Fuck you talking about? He could be front and center.
Leave the kids
Why
home.
wouldn't he want to see his father
What's up,
become
little bro?
two-time world champ?
During the press conference, Gervonta Davis was approached by a reporter who reminded him that he owed him money from a previous bet, where the reporter had correctly predicted the outcome of Davis's last fight. Davis, maintaining his confidence, reaffirmed that he would deliver a knockout in that round.
What's up, bro? You won me a lot of money.
For real?
Remember? I saw you at CVS.
Yeah, fire.
Saw you at CVS. You told me 8th round, put a stack on it on DraftKings. Most money I've ever won on a bet before.
Real?
Yes, bro.
Damn, that's
And did you
crazy.
hear Joe Budden brought it up on his podcast?
For real?
He said some guy on the internet, didn't say my name, but he said some guy on the internet ran to Tank at CVS the night before the fight. And Tank told him 8th round, and he ends up knocking him out in the 8th round.
PBC has officially set the date for Tank Davis's return, ending months of speculation. The WBA lightweight champion will headline at Barclays Center in Brooklyn on March 1st for his second title defense. However, the official press conference raised concerns, adding uncertainty to the match. Initially, Tank had announced that the fight would take place on December 14th in Houston, but no specific reason was provided for the delay. Former boxer Paulie Malignaggi weighed in on the upcoming fight, stating that while Lamont Roach may not be at the level of elite boxers, he is still a better fighter than a weight-drained Ryan Garcia. Malignaggi expressed his opinion that the bout doesn't warrant pay-per-view status, citing Roach's lack of widespread fame as the primary reason for the fight's limited appeal in terms of drawing a major audience.
An opportunity? I'm not sure. You know, Roach has been a solid fighter throughout his career, but I'm not sure that he's been of the level yet, or at least notoriety-wise, to be in a fight like this. But then again, you know, is he more impressive than Garcia, who Gervonta brought up in weight and had the same championship title a couple of years ago and fought him in a pay-per-view headliner? Yeah, I think Roach is a step up from that kind of opposition.
Chris Algieri expressed his view that the fight doesn't warrant pay-per-view status. He suggested that it would make more sense to air the bout on free TV, as Lamont Roach is not on the same level as Gervonta Davis. Algieri pointed out that the fight lacks the star power typically needed to justify a pay-per-view event.
I mean, you're getting eyes on you. You're fighting one of the best fighters in the world today. One of the most popular fighters for sure is Gervonta Davis. It's also an all DC area clash, and I think that's going to bring a lot of eyes from that area. But in terms of...
Which is weird, right? Because it's in Houston. It's an all DC fight, but it's in Houston.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree with you, Champ, that making this a pay-per-view doesn't sound very smart.
Bozy Ennis, a respected figure in boxing, believes the matchup between Lamont Roach and Tank Davis is a solid one, but he favors Davis to come out on top. While acknowledging Roach's skills, including his defensive capabilities and technical approach, Ennis sees Davis as the stronger contender, citing his punching power and overall ability to dominate in the ring. Ennis's assessment reflects Tank's reputation as a knockout artist, with many expecting him to be too much for Roach despite his opponent's talent.
But Lamont and Tank. I think that's be a good fight, man. I think it'd be a good fight, man. Him and Tank. I think that'd be a real good fight, man. You know what I mean? I think I would have to go with Tank, though. I would have to go with Tank.
Claressa Shields, despite having a past disagreement with Tank Davis, acknowledged that a fight between Tank and Lamont Roach is a solid matchup. She pointed out that many people are overlooking Roach, but emphasized his strong amateur background. Shields also mentioned that she would be willing to buy any of Tank's pay-per-view fights in the future.
Tank and Lamont Roach, is that the right opponent for Tank?
I don't know why everybody is kind of sleeping on Lamont, but he has a decorated amateur career too. He's a very sturdy kid. He's very skilled. Tank is Tank, you know. And when I say Tank is Tank, I mean like he's a bad man. He can fight. He's tough. I know we had our dispute back and forth, whatever. But at the end of the day, if we talk about just boxing, he's a good fighter, and I look forward to watching that fight.
Is this a pay-per-view fight though? Would you buy it?
I bought any fight that Tank has had pay-per-view.
Boxing trainer Greg Hackett dismissed claims that Tank Davis is cherry-picking Lamont Roach, stating that both fighters have faced the same caliber opponents, like Hector Garcia, putting them on a comparable level, while acknowledging that the fight may not have the same hype as those involving Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney. Hackett emphasized that it remains a legitimate and compelling matchup worth watching.
Yo, this would be a rematch from the amateurs. I don't know how many times they fought. Right. But dudes are saying like, oh, he bringing up another fighter. While I understand, right. It's like they talking like Tank ain't start his career off at 26. He ain't no huge 35.
And let's be real, they both fought Hector Garcia. So the reason I brought that up is because the level of boxing. Hey, Tank only fought him like what, a year and a half ago, 2 years? He fought Hector Garcia. Yeah. So then you got
Lamont fought him right after Tank.
So that's what I'm saying. So that is the same level of boxing.
Professional boxer Mickey Bay believes that Lamont Roach is far from a cherry-pick opponent for Tank Davis, describing him as a young, hungry champion capable of posing a serious challenge. Bay noted that Roach's drive and determination make him a legitimate threat, but he also expects Tank to rise to the occasion and deliver an exciting performance for the fans.
You know what? Tank is Tank do his thing, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he closed the show and he get the people what they want. You can't say it's a cherry pick because dude is a young, hungry champion, and it makes sense. They from like the DMV area.
They arguably the same size.
Exactly. So it ain't a cherry pick. We wanted to see him with another fighter, but at the same time, this one you could say, all right, I'll take that.
Showbiz the Adult expressed his thoughts on social media about the Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach matchup, mocking both fighters. He stated that this type of fight doesn't suit Tank Davis, suggesting that it lacks the level of excitement and challenge fans expect from a fighter of Davis's caliber. His comments added to the ongoing debate about the fight's appeal and whether it meets the high expectations for Tank's future opponents.
Hey, breaking news! Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach.
Who's fighting, Fred, do you know?
Yeah, Indian Joe Roach and a Mexican fella named Jesus Alvarez.
I'm sorry. No disrespect to Lamont Roach, but Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, December 14th. Look, that's diabolical.
Coach Larry Wade believes that a potential fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson is a major opportunity that can't be missed. He is confident that Tank would win if they fought, attributing this to Tank's impressive skills and knockout power. Wade feels that Davis's offensive capabilities are simply too strong for Stevenson, who is known for his defensive prowess, and believes Stevenson wouldn't be able to withstand Tank's attack.
You know, I hate to say it won't happen. I feel like that's too big of a fight for it not to happen. I think the length of the time of when that fight happens helps determine the outcome of that fight. If I had to pick someone today, but of course I would pick Gervonta Davis, and the main reason because he has everything there is, including experience. Shakur Stevenson is extremely talented as well and very gifted. It's not going to be an easy fight for either guy, but if I had to pick one guy today, it'd be Gervonta Davis.
Robert Garcia, a renowned boxing trainer, expressed his admiration for Gervonta Tank Davis's abilities in the lightweight division. He's unbelievable, man. I think Tank at this point is unbeatable at the lightweight division against any of the world champions. I think he's the top guy right now in that division. He had a great performance. He has the timing, power, accuracy. Everything is great, man. He's a perfect fighter right now. Jarrett Hurd, the former world champion, expressed strong belief in Tank Davis' punching power, particularly in the 135-pound division. division. Hurd is convinced that Davis' knockout ability makes him a dangerous opponent for anyone in the lightweight class, including top fighters like Lomachenko and Stevenson. While he acknowledges Shakur Stevenson's defensive skills, Hurd suggests that Tank's power is such a significant factor that it could overcome even the best defenses. For many, Davis's knockout power is seen as a key advantage in any potential matchup, especially with Stevenson.
Can anybody take that power at 135, in your opinion?
Hell no. Hell no, man. If you look back on PBC, where everybody's hitting that punch machine, Deontay Wilder, Eddie Reed, all them. Tank got the highest joint for a reason. Your man got bricks.
Shackle Daly agrees with the assessment of Davis's power, emphasizing that Gervonta Davis only needs one punch to end a potential fight with Shakur Stevenson. Daly acknowledges Stevenson's skill and defensive capabilities, but believes Tank's explosive power will eventually land, possibly in the later rounds. Daly predicts that as the fight progresses, Davis' relentless pressure and knockout potential will wear down Stevenson, making it difficult for the defensive fighter to avoid damage over time.
So if he faces Shakur Stevenson, how you see that going?
So I feel as though he get Shakur in the later rounds. If he gets Shakur in the later rounds, I'm about to say Tank really has like that one type of power. Like all he really needs is one punch. Shakur, he gets hit, but he don't get hit a lot. So it'd be like a back and forth type fight.
Rayo Valenzuela recently called out Gervonta Tank Davis, criticizing him for being selective about fighting at either 140 or 135 pounds. Valenzuela suggested that Tank would be open to a fight at 140 if the financial terms and the situation aligned. He emphasized that fighters like Davis are motivated by factors that make sense both in terms of money and opportunity, implying that Tank's choices are strategically based on what benefits him most.
The fans want it.
What do you think about that? You know, the fact that Tank, who's fought at 140 before, seems a little bit selective about when he fights at 140 or when he fights at 135. Like, do you think he would fight you at 140? And if not, why?
I think he would. You know, he's a fighter. I think it all just has to make sense, you know, so as long as it makes sense.
Chris Algieri praised Lamont Roach's performance in his last fight, highlighting his sharpness and flawless technique. Roach dominated the early rounds, landing precise left hooks that hurt McClay multiple times. Despite McClay's toughness, Roach's ability to adapt and stick to a focused strategy set him apart, making a strong statement in the 130-pound division.
Lamont Roach, 7th round stoppage to, Padraig McCrory? I hope I said that right.
Fergal.
Oh, Fergal McCrory. Padraig is the one that fought Berlanga. What was your thoughts on the performance?
I thought he looked really sharp. I mean, there's no holes in his game. You know, he came out looking super sharp with the left hook, was able to hurt McCrory multiple times in the first couple of rounds. McCrory battled back though, man. He's an Irish warrior. He came in here fully prepared, in great shape. He looked big, he looked strong. But there's just different levels, and Roach.
Algieri points out that Lamont Roach entered the fight with a clear and well-defined strategy, aiming for aggressive, close-quarters combat, or as he put it, fighting in the phone booth. Roach's objective was to outbox McClay, who had a reputation as a pressure fighter. Algieri mentions that in earlier interviews on ProBox TV, Roach had expressed his intent to approach this fight with bad intentions, emphasizing his focus on securing a knockout. Roach felt that his power was often underestimated, and he was determined to prove his capabilities by striving for a decisive finish. In the end, he successfully achieved this goal against a notably tough opponent. Jarrett Hurd commended Lamont Roach for his tactical approach against Fergal McCrory, particularly in the 7th round, where he effectively varied his punches and attacked the body with precision. Hurd also acknowledged the added pressure of defending a title at home, emphasizing the mental focus required to block out distractions and stay on track.
What's up, man?
How's it? Your man Lamont Roach, what was that, 7th round TKO?
Hey, he looked good, man. Look, his first title defense, he killed that shit at home, too.
Yo, did you expect the fight in the trenches? Like, I thought he was going to outbox him on the outside.
To be honest, I never seen too much of the guy he fought, so I really, all right, take it, man. So I really don't know how he was going to come out, but he took his time, man. He changed the level of the speeds of his punches. He was touchy, he was going to the body. Picked up when he saw a guy hurt, man. He did an outstanding performance.
How hard is it for your first time?
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting content. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Stay connected by hitting the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.